Hello students, welcome back. This is class 7th Science, chapter number 1, Nutrition in Plants. It is lecture number 5. In this video lecture, we will be revising all the topics of this chapter in one go. I know you have already done this chapter topic wise as well as in the summary video lecture. However, let's revise it once again. Let's start with the first topic. It is nutrition. Starting with what is nutrition? The process of taking in food and its utilization by the organism is called nutrition. One more term which is similar and in use for us to know is nutrient. The various components of food are called nutrients. These components are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, roughage, and water. We are aware about the terms nutrition as well as nutrients. Now let us know about some modes of nutrition.
Modes of nutrition. Living organisms exhibit two modes of nutrition, namely autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic. Auto means self, trops means nourishment. Heterotrophic. Heteros means other, trops means nourishment.
The first type of mode of nutrition is autotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make their food from simple substances is called autotrophic nutrition. Some bacteria and all green plants are autotrophs. They are also called as producers. The second mode of nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which organisms obtain food from plants or other animals is called heterotrophic nutrition. All animals and non-green plants are called heterotrophs. They obtain their food from plants or other animals. Let us now learn about autotrophic mode of nutrition in detail. The main process which play its role is photosynthesis. You are already aware that photosynthesis is the food making process in plants. Here, the term photosynthesis can be divided into two terms. Photo means light and synthesis means to make. Photosynthesis is the preparation of food by green plants in the presence of light. Green plants use energy from sun in making food, so they are also called photoautotrophs. Green plants use these raw materials and make the food in the form of glucose. The process of photosynthesis can be represented chemically in the form of an equation. Here, all the raw materials are written on the left hand side and are known as the reactants, whereas the final material which is obtained after the chemical process are termed as products and they are written on the right hand side. The arrow in between reactants and products indicates the direction of the process. Here, water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and chlorophyll are the reactants, whereas glucose and oxygen are the products. After learning about the definition and equation of photosynthesis, let us now quickly look at the diagrammatic representation of the same. Starting with point number 1. The plant draws up water, which is represented as H2O, through its roots. In the diagram, we can see the circle labeled as number 1. Moving further, point number 2. The leaves take in carbon dioxide, represented as CO2, from the air. If we trace it down to the diagram, the circle with point number 2 is showing the same. Point number 3. The leaves trap energy from sun. It can be easily spotted with the orange circle labeled as sunlight. In the next step, the plant uses the energy of sunlight to turn water, H2O, and carbon dioxide, CO2, into sugars and oxygen, commonly represented as O2. We are already aware that the sugars are stored in the form of glucose during the process photosynthesis. Point number 5. The plant releases oxygen into the air. This is also represented in the circle denoted as 5. And lastly, the plant uses these sugars for growth. We all know that green plants are also known as the food factories of the plants. Photosynthesis occurs in green parts of the plants, mainly in the leaves. The structure of the leaf shows following features. These are the features that make it suitable place to carry out photosynthesis efficiently. Number 1. The leaves are flattened to have large surface area to obtain maximum sunlight. Number 2. They are thin to allow sunlight to reach to all the cells of the leaf. Number 3. They have large air spaces between the cells to allow carbon dioxide to enter. Number 4. Leaves have a network of xylem vessels that run through their veins. They supply water to all the cells for photosynthesis. Last, and the fifth point, leaves have stomata through which carbon dioxide enters the leaves. The gaseous exchange in plants during photosynthesis and respiration takes place through tiny pores called stomata. Let us know more about these. Alright, so first of all, let us see what is stomata. The stomata are the pores found in the epidermis of leaves, stems, and other organs that facilitates gas exchange in plants. The pores are bordered by a pair of specialized cells known as guard cells that are responsible for regulating the size of the stomatal opening. Let us now learn the functioning, that is, opening and closing of stomata. The singular form of stomata is called stoma. Each stoma is guarded by two kidney-shaped guard cells. At the time of photosynthesis, stomata opens by the swelling of these guard cells and let the carbon dioxide from atmosphere enter the leaf and side by side releases oxygen formed during photosynthesis. At night, when photosynthesis does not occur, stomata get closed by shrinking of guard cells, leaving a slit between them to expel carbon dioxide formed during respiration. At this point, we are well versed with the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, let us learn about the second mode of nutrition, that is heterotrophic mode of nutrition in plants. Non-green plants like fungi, some bacteria, and some flowering plants are without chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize their food by photosynthesis. Like animals, they depend on green plants for their food. Heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophs are the organisms, be it plants or animals, which cannot manufacture their food and derive it from green plants or other animals. Their mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Let us now learn about the different types of heterotrophic plants. Based on the method of obtaining food, heterotrophic plants may be parasitic plants, saprophytes plants, symbiotic plants, insectivorous plants. Let us now learn about each of them, starting with parasitic plants. Non-green plants that obtain their food from some other green plants are called parasitic plants. The plant that provides food is called the host plant. The parasitic plants absorb food from the root or the stem of host plant. Few examples: dodder, or commonly known as cuscuta. Next, mistletoe is a partial parasite on mango and mahua plant. Types of parasitic plants. Based on the dependency of these plants on the host, they can be categorized into two. Number one, total parasitic. They completely depend on the host plant for their food. Number two, partial parasitic. They can synthesize their food but depend on the host plant for water and minerals. The second type of plants are saprophytes plants. The non-green plants, which obtain their food from dead and decaying plants and animals, are called saprophytes. They release digestive enzymes on the decaying matter or animal excreta. Few examples are fungi such as molds and mushrooms. The third type of heterotrophic mode is symbiotic plants. When two organisms live together and share shelter and nutrients, their association is called symbiosis or symbiotic relationship, and the organisms are called symbionts. They mutually help each other. Few examples. Number one, lichens are symbiotic organisms in which an alga and a fungus live together. Number two, leguminous plants and rhizobium have a symbiotic relationship. Insectivorous plants is the last category. Insectivorous plants are green plants. They make their food by photosynthesis, but trap and digest insects to meet their nitrogen requirements. Few examples: pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, and sundew. Students, that's all for this video. I hope the revision video lecture has helped you in reiterating all the topics once again. Still, if you face any difficulty, do mention it in comment section or student queries section on EdQuark. As far as your homework is concerned, please check EdQuark account on daily basis for the revision assignments. These assignments will be there for you to practice and understand the topics well. Finally, the test on this chapter will be conducted on Monday, that is 18th of May. Question paper will be uploaded in homework section on EdQuark, and this time you will attempt it online. That's all. Thank you and don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.